South Florida gets smart, sassy, and sophisticated. We're all things fab in Miami. This is Miami Now. All right, LaLa and Loren, thank you again. Now, this year, what are we going to see that's different about the brand?
You know, well, what I like to say is that this brand is always on trend. So what you're going to see is what's hot in fashion right now, which is why we extensively research fashion. We brought in the motives mavens who have their ear to the street. What are women liking? What are people wearing? And then we take all that information and create, you know, these great palettes, these great colors. So what you're going to see is just the wave of where fashion is going. You know, this time last year, I remember, it was all about neons and these huge pops of colors. Now you're seeing it move into more pastel colors and softer looks. That's the trend of what's happening. So it's nice to be ahead of the curve when it comes to what's happening in the fashion world right now.
Now, I consider both of you ladies mogul moms. That's what I like to call you. And Loren, you've been in this business for a good amount of time and such a great influence. What are some words that you like to give other women who are looking to be business owners themselves?
I think the most important thing is to put themselves first. I think that, you know, most women never take the time for themselves. And then, you know, 10 years goes by, 20 years goes by, and they say, I wish I had done it when I talked about doing it. It's never too late to succeed. It's never too late to put yourself first. You know, you can still be a great mom or a great grandmother and a great wife, but still take care of yourself. And I think that's so important. And for me, you know, I'm a mother of a woman who is a mother herself. You know, I'm a grandmother today. And for me, I just am so grateful because I want to give my children the example that it's okay to work hard. And you don't have to rely necessarily on a man. Not that men aren't wonderful. We love our men. But I think it's important to set the example that, you know, it's okay to take care of yourself and to stand on your own 2 feet. Mm-hmm. And it sets a good example for the rest of the world. And I wish women wouldn't give up on themselves so quickly, kind of get out of their own way a little bit. Sometimes I think we're the cause of, you know, stopping our own success, when if we just simply moved out of the way, we really could succeed.
Now, what are some healthcare tips that women of color could be doing? And we know that your color line goes through all the plethora of our skin tones. What are like 3 things, especially with the humidity of South Florida, we're totally different. What are some things that our ladies could be doing?
Well, I guess from a makeup perspective, I would definitely say, you know, while all this makeup is great, my number 1 tip is always to take your makeup off at the end of the night. I mean, I've been a culprit of it. I was a culprit of it last night. You know, you get so tired, you sleep with your makeup on. Mm-hmm. You know, that is definitely fast tracking to unhealthy skin and not looking good. In Miami, I'm not here as much as Loren is, but I would definitely advise everyone, no matter what color, to stay hydrated. I mean, that's important with the humidity and the weather out here. So those are the 2 quick things that come to mind.
And sunscreen.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
I never walk out of the house without sunscreen, and I don't walk around in my house without sunscreen on, because the windows in the South Florida sun, everything's reflected through the windows. And you know, as long as I've been around, and I'm not nearly as young as I pretend to be,
You are.
I always put on a lot of sunscreen.
And
I always
she
say,
has gotten on me about that, because I'm like, well, my skin, I don't need that. And she's like, you absolutely do. So she's definitely gotten on me about that. Yeah.
And before we go, you guys do a great job of tasking, you know, work, home, love. Your book is now a bestseller. What's the one advice you give ladies for keeping the romance going?
Be spontaneous. That's what I've been telling everyone, and I say it in the Love Playbook. You know, think outside the box, and it doesn't always have to be a big production. The littlest things go the longest way with your mate. So definitely be spontaneous and focus on the little things.
Are you staying in New York?
thank you very much.
We'll see.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Thanks so
LaLa.
much.
Be safe.
Pleasure.